This week marks a year since the Shehbaz Sharif government took over in Pakistan. Looking back, it has been one of unprecedented power filled with institutional fluxes and fissures. Looking ahead, an election looms with an undeniable cloud of martial law set to set in. Here's more.
Midnight of the 10th of April 2022 and a storm in the Pakistan National Assembly. 2 days into then PM Imran Khan's party blocking a no-confidence motion, it is pushed through. Imran is voted out with 174 votes against him as his party stages a walkout. The new man at the helm is Shehbaz Sharif, in office for 15 months before elections are due. The multi-party alliance he heads inherits an economic and governance climate on the brink. 1 year on, Sharif finds cause for pride in claims that Pakistan has managed to stay afloat, despite his country's economy being in tailspin mode like never before. It's one of the highlights of the last year of his prime ministership.
Shehbaz Sharif's government can do cosmetic things, but even they are backfiring. For example, during the month of Ramadan, Shehbaz Sharif's government offered to the common people who many of them have become so poor that they cannot afford the essential food items to buy food items from the market. So they're giving free flour or atta to the people. But even as they give free flour to the people, there are stampedes and people are still dying in those stampedes because it simply does not add up. The inflation and the loss of earnings for the common man versus how difficult it is for the Pakistani government itself to sustain the common man and also pay for huge expenses that are coming up.
Boil it down to a multifold existential crisis Pakistan stares at today. Top of the heap, the mega economic mess. With a debt load of $77 billion, Pakistan stares at default. A $1.1 billion IMF bailout that could lead to more remains distant. Consumer inflation has raced to 35.4% in March, the highest annual rise in prices on record. The reading was at 12.7% in March last year. Prices of food, fuel, electricity skyrocket. Flour wars on the streets have made headlines.
महंगाई तो तेज हो रही है, कोई कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे. गरीब आदमी, किराएदार आदमी, रेडी ठेले वाला सब मजबूर हो गया.
अब महंगाई का आपको पता है क्या आलम है, आटा कहाँ पे पहुँच गया है, लोग लाइनों में लगे हैं, आटा मिल नहीं रहा.
And economy woes are just one end of it. There are deep divides in the judiciary and politicization of the body. The latest row being over the dates for elections to state assemblies in Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa provinces. At the heart of that fight and more remains former Prime Minister Imran Khan pushing for early polls. Court cases against Khan, which he terms a witch hunt, have turned into pitched street battles between his supporters and police. How much of Shehbaz Sharif's energies are diverted here? Has governance become secondary?
Judges are saying that Pakistani government has to, under all circumstances, within less than a month, hold general elections in Pakistan. Whereas Pakistan's finance minister and the government simply does not have the funds, the security backing from the military or the police. Both organizations have said we cannot provide you security. So Pakistan currently is unable to hold provincial elections and subsequently general elections within the country. We're having problems feeding our people. So all these problems are not going to be very good for Shehbaz Sharif.
Big challenges lie ahead for Sharif and co. General elections are due in Pakistan later this year. A minister, Bilawal Bhutto, recently raised the spectre of martial law. Perhaps the biggest challenge will be ensuring that the country doesn't go down that road again.